Am I now? Okay. All right, sick. All right, so I'm gonna keep this video really brief. It's more just like an idea that I've worked through a lot in the past and something that I actually want to get back into. So in regards to my philosophy, I take a very aggressive stance in terms of believing in your own confidence because I'm somebody that classically has been codependent. I try to make myself smaller so that people feel more confident around me. And I know a lot of my viewers, a lot of people that watch this, they're also very similar. A lot of you guys have the same mentality. Now, what I'm talking about here, if you're a narcissist, if you're somebody that has an issue with, maybe you look at emotions as weakness, maybe you are always trying to be the center of attention, maybe you're always trying to maybe put others down so that you feel more confident. If you're like this probably isn't the video for you. Now, on the other hand, if you are somebody that's a very loving individual, but you're a little bit too loving or too empathetic and you're a little bit too, you worry too much about what people think about you, this video on the other hand is gonna be perfect. So what we're gonna talk about in this video is how to develop extreme levels of confidence. Now, what I mean by extreme levels of confidence, I mean the kind of confidence you get being a rock star, the kind of confidence you get being Michael Jackson, the kind of confidence that you would instill being the lead role of any action movie. Like, that's the kind of confidence I'm talking about in this. And it's also the kind of confidence that is extremely fucking sexy when it comes to girls. Girls eat this up. It's one of the most powerful energies you can ever have. When you talk to a girl and instead of punching at the wall with your energy, you punch through the wall. I'll give you an example. So let's say like you approach a girl. I'm first gonna punch at the wall, then I'm gonna show you punching through the wall. I'm gonna show you the difference. So first, hey, how's it going? You're really cute, I had to say hi. Or let's say like, let's actually make it a little more subtler. Let's go, hey, you're really cute and I had to say hi. See, actually, to be honest, that's not bad. I still broke rapport with my tone. But now I'm gonna punch through the wall. Hey, you're really cute and I had to say hi. What's your name? It's more like I'm punching through the wall. I want to be so cocky to the point that I want the girl to actually reject me. I'm so cocky. I want to challenge her to reject me. And I want to punch through the wall. A lot of you guys are unwilling to do that. You guys speak fast. You guys build rapport with your tone. You don't add pauses. You don't speak with power. You don't emphasize, you mumble. You don't vary the speed, the volume, the pace of the speech. Like, you hear how engaging this is as a conversation? I'm exhausted right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired. And I still can make this an engaging speech by adding everything I just said to you guys. I'm breaking for my tone, which means I'm free of outcome for what you guys think. I'm not attached to the outcome. So it makes it a lot more engaging. And also, I can add pauses. I'm capable of stillness within my conversation. But also, I'm expressive. So I'm not repressed and I'm not supplicating. So it's the sweet spot. I'm expressive from a place of expressing for me, for my fun. Now, we're gonna get into like the bread and butter of this. Like, how do you make yourself massively confident? So when you talk to a girl and you come across with this punchy through the wall energy, you mean it. It's authentic. It's through and through. So a lot of you guys, again, you guys have this like weird fascination with like trying to make yourself small. You're like, I don't want to act confident because then that means I'm taking away from somebody else. It's the same way that like people are like, oh, there's millionaires out there. Those guys are millionaires because they're taken from others. They're hurting people and they'll fuck them over. Like, you can't be confident because if you're confident, that means it makes everybody else less confident in comparison. You're an asshole. Why is that the case? Like, why is that the case? You know why? It's because oftentimes whenever you try to fake this personality, at first people will fight you because it's inauthentic. At first, when you try to fake this energy, it will be faking at first. You fake it till you make it. And then once you make it, be yourself. But at first you're faking it. And when you're trying to fake like the confidence, people are not gonna receive it well because it's you being incongruent. You're trying to trick me. You're trying to trick the girls. You're trying to be something you're not. It's cringy. It's cringy at first until it's just becomes who you are, until it's sewn into your soul. So tell me this. You watching the video right now, okay? Are you somebody that when you're talking to a girl, are you okay with calling yourself a man? Are you a man? Or does that feel weird? Do you think you're the shit? Do you think you're a bad motherfucker? Do you think you're a cool motherfucker? Do you think that you are smooth? Do you think you're confident? Hey, what's up, guys? Do you think it's like you're allowed to believe in yourself? Are you the shit? Because if you're not, you're gonna like limit your results with women. You're like the girls that go for you are gonna girls that like you because you're safe, or because like they know that they can manipulate you, because you have no standards. Every girl that will ever date you will settle for you when there's some other guy behind the curtain that didn't want to date her seriously, so she settled for you. If you don't get this energy down. All right. You want to be like the best possible option for any girl. Anytime I date a girl personally, I want her thinking of Brad fucking Pitt. If I'm not Brad Pitt, I don't want to date her. I'd rather stay single. You know why? Because either one, she has a bad chooser and she doesn't recognize how much value I have, or two, I'm not cool enough yet. I have not worked on myself enough yet, and I'm not a great enough option. And if that's the case, that's my fault. I need to work on me. So in the same way, like you guys need to get to the point where you guys have some direct, like just straight, like hardcore belief. One of my friends, he has this incredible ability to like, I've never seen somebody with like lacking so much jealousy. He has no jealousy whatsoever. Like it's just nothing. And I asked him about this, and the answer he gave me without flinching, without hesitating, was that he thinks that he's the baddest motherfucker on planet Earth, especially for his girl. There's nobody better for him. And that energy, like when you go into a club and you walk in, and not from a place of like looking down on everybody else, but from a place of like, when you walk into the club, these are all my friends, these are my homies. But at the same time too, I sewn myself differently. We're all cut from the different, like from the same cloth, but I'm a tapestry. I made this. And so when I walk into a club and I'm like, yeah, these are all cool guys, these are all my homies, these are my friends, but I'm the best. I'm the baddest. I'm the, like, any girl that talks to me, she gets the king, she gets the emperor, she's lucky. Now, this is how I have so many different exercises I do to kind of work on this. Like, so one of them is like, you know, I write 12 out of 10 on every surface of my place. Right now I'm in New York. I'm not at my place, by the way. I'm on a boot camp right now, and I'm staying on the guy's futon over here. So I'm shooting a video over here in the meantime. But yeah, this is a speech that him we were talking about like literally 2 hours ago. I thought it'd be kind of a good video. It's very powerful. So here, this is one of my favorite exercises to develop this. So when I would go to sleep at night, and it's actually, I need to start doing this again. It's something I'm going to start incorporating every night. When I go to sleep, what I do is I close my eyes and I visualize, you know, approaching, keep myself social. Usually I do some good sets, I do some bad sets in my head and how I'll handle them. Well, this is something you can also do. So what I'll do is I'll close my eyes and I'll start talking to myself, and I'll talk to myself in a very almost extremely confident, extremely cocky way. I'll try to like almost like visualize this like image of myself being this great, like incredible man. And it gives more punch to a conversation when you're talking to somebody. When you have that kind of belief, it creates charisma. It's authentic confidence. It's authentic belief. It's also too like when I speak, there's conviction behind my voice. There's authenticity. Like if I was to like fake this conversation, you guys would sense it. If I didn't believe in what I was, you know, preaching to you guys, what I was pitching, it will come across slightly awkward. It'll come across slightly off. And then you guys be like, oh, you know, I don't believe this guy, and you guys wouldn't want to listen to me. But the reason a lot of you guys like my videos is because when I talk with conviction, and it makes me charismatic. And also too, it's the pace, it's the way I speak. I actually, for a lot of years, I practiced and I'd look at other guys that speak, and what I do is I'd play their videos, listen to the way they speak. Then I'd pause it, repeat it. I'd repeat to try to say it the exact same way with the same movements, same tone, same vibe, same energy, same emotions, and then I'd play it. Listen, pause, repeat. Play, listen, pause, repeat. And I just go back, go forward, go, go, go. Well, here's one that I do at night. So when I close my eyes, I talk to myself in a very confident way. I'm the shit. I'm fucking dope. I'm the baddest motherfucker on planet Earth. I'm 1 in a million. Anybody that gets with me is a lucky motherfucker. Any girl that gets to date me is so fucking lucky. She just won the lottery. If I go talk to a girl, like only an idiot wouldn't accept like $1 million. If I'm a fucking $1 million, I'm worth more than that even. Like my inherent value. I'm Bitcoin before Bitcoin blew up. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm king Tutankhamun. I'm gonna have pyramids made in my name one day, and they're gonna bury me at the bottom of that bitch. Then there's gonna be some archaeologists one day bury me back up and they'll be like, man, look at this guy, this king, this emperor, this bad motherfucker. They would just look at my dead corpse and they say, that guy's a fucking dope motherfucker. See? So that's what I do every night. Now it sounds super narcissistic. It's straight narcissistic, it is. And that's why when I started this video, It's here, I'll put it this way, man. Baby step it. So you're trying to build it up. You're trying to like, so you're having problems with approach anxiety. You're looking at what all these things you have to do. You're like, at the approach, I have to attract her. I have to like feel good about myself. And then like you make all these things. Like you should just focus on the approach itself. So isolate the approach itself. So just approach, be like, sorry, I had to say this. Very cute. Have a good day and walk away. And if you can't do that, approach and just like maybe give her a compliment or shoes and be like, hey, I had to say this. Those shoes look amazing on you. Have a good day and walk away. By the way, you see how I'm pointing like this? I actually saw Matthew McConaughey do that once, and now like this is the way I point. I was just even telling my client this not too long ago. Like Matthew McConaughey always points like this, and do you see how cocky that is? It looks so cocky. So I just like that was fucking dope. I'm gonna say that. Like we were even talking about this. I was like, sometimes I'll joke with a girl, like a bunch of she's being like, whether she's thug. I'm like, oh yeah, you're one of those girls that has to turn gap sideways, and usually like that gets a good laugh. But yeah, basically I do this every night. And the reason I do this every night is because, well, I'm starting to do it again every night. I used to do it a lot more, but the reason is because I want to sow it into my soul, into like my belief. I want to believe this through and through to such an extreme level. When somebody pushes on me, it goes, no, you're not. Yeah, the fuck I am. That's sexy. Girls aren't attracted to the looks. They're not attracted to like some kind of game you're playing, like the buttons you push. They can be, but I'll say this, like. If you believe you're just inherently sexy, you're just hot. And now all these things just fall into place. You start believing yourself. You start assuming the positive when you talk to a girl. When I walk around, I'll say this, after not gaming for a while, if I take 3 to 6 months off, I start feeling really insecure and I start becoming shy again. I'll walk around and I'm like, oh no, and I'm worrying what people think about me. But I go out and game. I walk around. I think everybody's looking at me, being inspired as I go walk around. I think girls are checking me out. Even if they're probably just not even like, they're not even probably checking me out. They're probably just like looking at me being like, oh, he looks like this friend of mine or whatever. Or maybe like, man, like, is this guy gay or not? Look at his earrings. I don't fucking know. But like in my head, I have it where everybody's checking me out, which makes me more in the zone, which allows me to like approach girls and to assume the positive, which makes the interactions work. So it's like this weird self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. And so when you start kind of just believing in yourself, you got to be the first person to do it because everything's a frame battle. If you guys want to know how to hack the matrix, it's belief. It's belief in yourself. If you want to, like, it's how cults even work. Cults work by like, so I was joking with him about this too. If I got you guys onto an island with me for like 2 years, I would have you guys convinced that there's a lobster god, and we'd be like holding our pitchforks up, little tiny forks up, and that'd be like our way of like, praising lobster Jesus. And by the time we got off there, everybody think we're fucking crazy. I'd have you guys drinking like lobster flavored Kool-Aid, like after we get off this fucking island. So in the same way, like why not like use that fucking hack? But instead of like believing in lobster Jesus, why not like believe in you? Why not believe in you so much other people believe in you? Why not like believe in yourself so much the girl can't help but be attracted to you? Attraction isn't a choice. All right. Okay. If you guys have any questions, actually here, I'll answer a couple like of the ones I saw you guys like commenting. So I'll go through these before I end this. How to get rid of imposter syndrome when trying to make it 12 out of 10 while faking. Over a period of time, it'll start kind of sinking in. At first, you will always feel like this. But as time goes on, if you take an action, eventually like it starts kind of like settling in. At first, you will feel a little bit imposterish, but you also want to win. You also want to win. If you win, if you lose, if you chase things that are scary, you will get good at this and you will figure it out. So it's more just like, it's just more consistent effort and doing things that other guys are unwilling to do. All right. When you go out and approach a girl, like how badass is that? How many guys are willing to do something like that? More than likely, like if you ever go to a club or a bar, like even in those places, like I so rarely see guys go and talk to girls ever. So that by itself makes you like a bad motherfucker, doesn't it? Doesn't that make you fucking cool? That makes me a 12 out of 10 by itself. So it's just time spent. Like, and even when you're like, so this is actually something to do. When you see 12 out of 10, if you're actually going to try to push that mentality, you have to visualize it. Don't like just be like, I'm a 12 out of 10 and then just like go about your day. Like actually visualize being a 12 out of 10. Imagine like people, how they react to you. Imagine the way that this new version that you're trying to do. Imagine how he thinks differently than you do, how he doesn't like overthink when he's having conversations, how he's not second guessing himself all the time, how he's just like, everything I do is awesome. He just like every step, he's like takes his left foot, puts it in front of it. He's like, man, that was a really good step. And he takes the right step. It's like, that was a really good step. And every step is like he's walking. Like everything I do is awesome. Like do the same thing. Like everything I do is awesome. Like just try to like visualize it. It's not gonna be enough just to like keep repeating it like a mantra. You have to like, when you say it, you have to like visualize it. Really try to get in the headspace and imagine that other version of you. Cause it's like, it's almost like it's a model, but for you to like move into his shoes, you have to have like a clear, coherent structure of who this guy is. If you don't, you can't step into the shoes. Let's see. Hey, what's up, man? Social conditioning to push away. Always be humble. Yeah, well, there's a difference between being humble and like, and you be confident and humble. I think it's just like a little bit of a like, and here, if you're trying to be good with girls, humble doesn't exactly help. Humble helps you out when you're trying to make friends. It's the same thing. Like there's like the book that says how to make friends and influence people. That book is great for making friends, but it's picking up girls. Like if you mirror a girl, you're gonna come across like a weirdo, like you're pushing buttons. That never works. Like if you want to make friends, hey, how's it going? Like, see, that's friendly. People like that. That's good for making friends. But if you say that to a girl, you guys probably already know the answer to this. How well does that do? The girl probably gets pissed off or it's like, go away, weirdo. Like instead of like being like, hey, who the fuck are you? Like instead of like being like, you know, like punch. The girl doesn't want a guy that's like playing to not lose. She wants a guy that wants to play to win. So consciously, I don't feel those things. Yeah, it just takes time, man. Like it takes time. It's a habit you have built. So it's just, you don't give up after like a short period of time of doing this. Like I've been doing this for 11 years. And to be fair too, I used to have really bad, I didn't have the quality of effort. I had a lot of quantity of effort. Like I went out like a motherfucker and I actually worked on myself, but I didn't like take the conscious, intelligent effort until later. Like make sure you have like intelligent effort invested into like improving in this. It's consistent effort that's going to make this. Like if you're giving up after like 3 months, yeah, don't be a bitch. Like, come on. Yeah, it's just consistent effort. Like if you take little baby steps at first and just make it consistent, eventually those little baby steps, you're gonna be like, your action feeds ego. It's gonna be like, well, you know, at first this was effort, but now it's becoming fun. Oh, cool. See, it's becoming funner. Oh, it's becoming funner. It's funner. It's funner. It's like when you work out, what do? You start working out and you're like, I'm going to eat greens. And I start eating veggies. And I start eating veggies and I have more energy. Now you can like lift more in the gym because you have some more energy. You can do more, like you do an extra rep. Maybe you're like doing reps and they're like, man, I've been doing biceps, but you know, maybe I need to hit it from a different angle. And you start switching it up. Oh, maybe like, oh shoot, my biceps look good, but maybe I start hitting my triceps because I want my arm to look even better. Like action feeds ego. And as you keep like leaning into it, you'll get better at practicing and you'll start becoming more of who you are. Like your ego and your personality, it's a vehicle. It's not who you actually are. You're not this person you think you are. It's just out of habit. It's like when you take that elephant, you take like a baby elephant and you chain it to the ground and it grows up. It has no idea they can rip the fuck out of that chain. So in the same way, when you've been the same person for 20 plus years, it's hard to convince yourself that like this person that I think I am it's a fantasy. It's not real. And then you can actually start changing it. You can start like almost molding like when you're playing with Legos as a kid. I'll look at a guy. I'll be like, I like the way he moves. I like the way he looks. I like the way he speaks. And I'll take that and I'll take it for myself. And I'll kind of incorporate it like an app or like kind of clicking in like a Lego block. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna start doing that. Oh, cool. I like the way he dresses. Oh, I like the way that he thinks. I'm gonna steal that. And you start stealing shit until you like kind of build yourself into the person you want to be. Bro, stumbling across your channel was one of the best things I ever did. Hell yeah. Bro, Denton, I feel like I can't approach it because we already explained that to you. Just out of the club, fuck yeah. What do you tell yourself when things don't go the way you want it? In what way? You're gonna have to like, I don't know what you mean. In what way? If I had to guess, I mean like maybe, all right, so here, I'll give it to you like this. Everything's always a part of the plan. So like, let's say you're like walking along and you trip. Do you like look around and see like how, like if everybody saw you trip, or do you just keep walking? Or you even make a joke about it, like, you know, you like kind of laugh to yourself because like it's for you. You don't really care what anybody thinks, but you're laughing to yourself because you think it's funny. How much does your boot camp for New York cost? Boot camps are $2,000. Kisses, sup dude, sup man. Assuming attraction works great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it a lot. Hey, no worries. What are your thoughts on method? I really don't know it, man. What to do if you had to break from and you get anxiety again approaching? I try to be the best version of wherever I'm at. Sometimes like, so I got to go out tonight again and I'm tired, but I'm gonna try to be the best version of me. So like, I'm gonna be the best version of my tired self. I'm not gonna compare myself to me in the zone. I'm gonna compare myself to me when I'm tired. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the best tired version of me? I'm like, I'm gonna teach myself how to get in the zone. I'm gonna get myself in the zone consistently. And tonight, even though I'm tired, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna be the funnest, best, I was going through a breakup about like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. And when I was doing that, I was really depressed and sad. And I was like crying like before going out and running boot camp stuff. And so what I told myself was broken man game. Yeah, my game's even better because I'm depressed. And now I'm the wounded warrior. The girls are going to want to snuggle me and they're going to want to save me, but they can't save me. And like, and it actually worked really well. So I was polling with AG's client, and his girl, like they were both gorgeous. His girl though looked like Scarlett Johansson. She ended up texting up my girl being like, broken boys make me wet. And I was like, yes, it does. I should always be depressed, which, you know, I knew better than that. Obviously, I'm not going to keep being depressed, but that which resists persists. So I was trying to like make myself like, you know, be like, yeah, I love being depressed because it makes my game better. But really consciously, I knew that wasn't the case. So I was trying to just like kind of hype myself up. Just like wherever you're at, whatever your energy is, if you resist it, your game will get worse. But if you learn to love it, wherever you're at, try to be your best version of that. Don't compare yourself to you when you're in the zone, because you you have different versions of you, different personalities. Why are you like, if you're down here, why are you comparing yourself to when you're up here? Like don't do it. All right. So let's see. What to do if I break from anxiety again? How to practice game when you live in a small town? Yeah, I want to give you some advice everybody does. You got to move to a different town. It's really hard to work in a small town. There are exercises you can do, like we just talked about, like the practicing confidence. That helps. But otherwise, you got to move to a bigger city. You need more reps. You need to convince yourself that so you're coming from a place where, so this is what happens with a lot of guys who are codependent. A lot of men, actually, most men are actually like this. You guys are coming from a place where love and connection with girls is rare. It's like oxygen. Like you want love, you want like appreciation, you want somebody that will like look you in the eyes and like, you know, will really feel you and really just like connect with you. But the problem is, it's like you're looking at the girl like she's oxygen, and like you're drowning, and you've been drowning your entire life, and now you're like you're traumatized, and you're coming from this headspace that like every time you get a gasp of air, every time like maybe there's a break in the water or the tide rolls out, you get like gasp, and you're like you freak and you try to pull in as much air as you can, and then you hold it. You're like, well, now you need to come to the understanding that just like right now while you're watching this video, you're breathing in and out. Like you've been thinking about that? No, the air is supposed to be there. The air is supposed to breathe there. It's supposed to be in your lungs. In the same way, so are girls supposed to be in your life. So are sexy girls supposed to be in your life. If one leaves, another comes. If my friends leave, like if I have one of my best friends, something happens, I'll be sad, but somebody will take their place. If I lose money, the money will come. It's all part of the plan. It's all the narrative. Like there's no choice but that to be the case. My subconscious won't allow it. So it allows you to be more abundant in life and whatnot. But that's the mindset you want to move into. And I'll put it this way. If you're in a small town, very hard to build that kind of abundance, because you needed to you need like such a long time of getting oxygen to where you get that effect, because you're coming from this traumatized place and you've been choking out your entire life. And now you got to like find in this small town how to develop like this belief that oxygen will just be there. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you just need to literally like again, you need to be in a place where you can just like, bang the guns, keep going, keep hitting it up, keep practicing your social skills. And you can't do that in a small town. I actually was going to make a video about NLP. I'll explain that in the videos. It's probably not going to be for another couple more weeks. I'm still working on the top 10 video, which is going to be the next video I'll probably post. But at some point, I'll post a video about NLP and I'll explain what my views on it. You expect something and didn't go through? Yeah, well, I mean, the way that I view it is like, if that happens, what I'll do is I'll plan it through and I'll think through like, why didn't it come through? Was there something I could have done to make it to where that will never happen again? And then like, that's how I go about it. Like if we're talking maybe like a girl going on a date, well, that one specifically, like, I'll like, if a girl doesn't come on a date or she doesn't text me, I honestly forget about it nowadays. I don't even like, oftentimes there's so many girls on my phone anyways that like, if one girl doesn't come through, doesn't text me, I forget. Then she'll text me up like the next day and apologize, and I'll be like, dude, sorry, I forgot myself. You're chill. How to stop caring what other people think when approaching, going out a lot and believing yourself. And when you go out so much, you get back-to-back feedback that your beliefs are right. And eventually, because you have so much back-to-back feedback, sometimes even people will push on you, but because you have so many data points on the sheet, you're like, dude, you're a dumbass. Not like that, not like from a talking down to place, because you understand that they're just a different version of you. But when they say that kind of stuff, you're like, you almost treat them like they're like a child. So like when a girl's like, for example, is like, no, you can't say that, or like, let's say like a girl's like, why do you wear their headband? I'm like, my mother dressed me. Yeah, my mother dressed me. What, do you hate my mother? You want to talk about mamas? You know, now it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck, dude. It's a headband. What are you, 12? So like, but yeah, it's like, you know, like I just look at people and I just do have so much sheer force of will and so much, like I take so much action in my life that like, I know that they don't have the amount of data points that I do. I come from a place of like, from actually figuring this shit out and really like putting myself through the fucking furnace. So when they come to me and they talk to me that way, I'm just like, yeah, sure, bro. Sometimes I won't even like, you know, fight or argue with them because I know it's irrelevant. People, when they get in their egos, you can't have conversations with them because all they want to do is win the argument. And instead of like come to like a consensus or like a closer version of reality, all they want to do is win. So like, I just don't have conversations with those people. How do you keep from conversation flowing and not dry? Use proper tonality. You see how like that instantly switched up the vibe of the conversation when I did that? There's a way of speaking when you talk to a girl or talk to anybody, and it makes it engaging. You can talk about fucking anything. Anything. And like, I'll say this too, I purposely adopted a very flavorful vocabulary because I like the connotation of the words, and I chose them. Connotation, even like the connotation of the words, the flow, like, so like, do you hear that? Like I said that earlier, like sewing into your soul. Like there's like a kind of cool, like little like flow to it. So I could talk about fucking anything and make it intriguing. You can talk about the weather and make it intriguing and use the right tone. Secondly too, practice a lot of improv. Go out a lot. Once you go out a lot, you'll like, it becomes easy. If you just keep throwing mud at the wall and you see what sticks, you're like, okay, that sounds really cool. I like that. I'm gonna keep that around. And it doesn't stick. And like, you try it out 2 or 3 times and it doesn't go well with the girls. Now, you know, like, okay, well, that's something I'm apparently not gonna say anymore because it doesn't go that well. And then something like really sticks. And every time I say it, all the girls laugh. You're like, I'm gonna keep saying that. And it makes you chuckle. And also too, do it for yourself. Don't do it for the girl. Like you need like a different mentality. To me, when I talk to a girl, again, with the narrative, I'm going to get a girl just as hot as you and probably cooler. It's cool that you get to hang out with me now. You get to hang out with the king, with the emperor in my presence. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to like actually be able to, you know, hang out with me further if we click. If we don't, cool, that's fine. Not always for each other. That's fine by me. But I will get hot girls because I'm a sexy motherfucker. So when I talk to a girl, I'm free of outcome. I'm chill with it. And I'm also coming from a place of polishing my social skills, my charisma. So when I'm trying to like polish my charisma, like when I'm going on gaming, like I have like a few different outcomes I'm looking for. One is to polish my charisma, become even more engaging in a conversation. 2 is to have fun, to make it an epic night. 3, obviously, you know, work with a client, you know, get him results. But for the most part, my outcome out of going out is not getting the girl. She's down the list at the bottom of the list. So when I talk to a girl, I don't even care if she gives me a good reaction because I like the sound of my own voice. So that's like that helps out a lot in the conversation because now that you're free of outcome, now you can talk to the girl without trying to push buttons. You'll actually joke with the girl and it's just authentic. I do 1-on-1 month, already feel unmotivated going out. Yeah, because you're not looking at as fun, you're looking at as work. So game is the dessert of the day. Learn to love going out and like brainwash. It's a mentality you're having. You're like looking at as work. So every day you go out, you're dragging your feet and you're like, here goes another day of me getting blown out and getting rejected. Why are you not having fun? Like, why are you you know, literally dragging your feet? You're trying to make it work. So you feel like you're a hustler, or you feel like you deserve to suffer and that's how you're going to get good. No, like have so much fun doing this that you get drawn to the action. Like have fun when you work. Have fun, like when you go to work. I don't care if you work at fucking McDonald's. Why not have fun when you go to McDonald's? Like if you have fun doing everything, you're never going to burn willpower. You're not going to be tired when you wake up and you're not going to drag your feet to go out. You're like, dude, I get to do this. Not that I have to do this. Probably not for a while. I'm not going to go to Toronto for a while. Next summer, I'm probably going to start doing a lot more traveling boot camps. I would actually say next summer, especially if like COVID starts clearing up. Any financial advice? Oh no, dude, you don't want my financial advice. I'm good at certain things. My friends actually, I'm the worst at business owners. I make pretty decent money now, but, yeah, for amount of work that I put into something like this, I should be making way more. So there's other people who give you way better financial advice. By the way, I love the way you explain. You're a really smart dude. Thank you, man. My mom thinks so too. All right. So dance floor approaches. I'm actually going to start practicing more dance floor. There's actually a guy that I used to be friends with. He was really good at dance floor game, and he'd do almost a style of like push pull when he'd approach. He'd be like this. He'd grab the girl's hand like this, and he'd go like this, and he'd smile, and then he'd go like this, and he'd push her away, but then he'd grab her hand and pull her back in. So you make it look like he's gonna walk, but then pull her back and then spin her and then start like grinding on her. And it was the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm gonna start practicing that myself and try to get good at it. Hi, Denton. When I go out, I can have a lot of fun, meet a lot of people that I'm a very fun guy, but I just keep feeling like a loser and end up not following up. Just out. Because you're mean to yourself, dude. You're codependent. You're being mean to yourself. So you feel like you deserve it. So you're shameful of yourself. So you feel like you deserve to suffer, and you think that makes you almost noble too. So you have like you probably have some weird narrative about yourself that's actually self-perpetuating this belief in this reality. So you have a way of people create their own realities subconsciously, and your belief system about yourself is going to create that. So on some level, I think you deserve to suffer. Like, you don't think you're cool enough. Like, by the way, this is how I used to feel too when I was going to school. When I was younger, I used to feel like I deserved to suffer. And I never knew this. And I thought that I was just a worm. And like the way that people treated me, like when I get bullied or something, that I was like, yeah, I deserve to get bullied. That makes sense. Like, that just makes sense. You know, like a bird flies and I deserve to suffer. So in the same way, I think like that's just where you're at. Hey man, hi from Moscow. Nice. I didn't know anybody from Russia was watching my stuff. I'm getting a lot of Americans now watching my things, which I'm American too, but make it sound like I'm not. Hey, what's up, bro? Good to hear from you, man. All right, that's pretty much all the questions, I think. Am I still in Vegas? I do live in Vegas still. Right now, I'm just in New York City running a boot camp, but I'm going back tomorrow. So yeah, I'm still in Vegas. Yeah, well, dude, it's just so. When it comes to changing your reality or belief, it's just slow, consistent effort. You just need to start do this, grab a rubber band, put it around your wrist. And every time you have a negative self-thought or like you're beating yourself up, snap the wristband and be like, no. Like, I'm not a worm. I'm fucking worthy of respect and love. Be like, snap, reframe it 3 times. So you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you're like, fuck that guy. What an asshole. No. No, I'm in my own zone. I'm enjoying this. I get to drive in a fucking car. Like, what is this? Like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, this would have been fucking magic. So, you gotta come from your own place. Like, now I get my own time to be by myself, just relax. I'm driving my car. I get relaxed while I'm driving my car. What's the best way to get good ultra fast? Writing field reports and going out consistently. So it's more about consistent effort instead of time spent. So you can go out for 15 minutes, half an hour a day, if you're going out 7 days a week, and get really good, really fast. Because it's about action feeds ego. It's about consistent action, because you're trying to convince your brain that you're something you don't think you are currently, which is an extroverted, social, seductive man. Legitimately, the belief itself is actually the biggest thing that's going to make you good at game and good with girls. It's the fact that I think I'm a sexy motherfucker that makes me good with girls. It's not I do so many different fucking things to get good at this too, to be fair. But the biggest thing out of it all is that I just believe in myself. It's that. And it's also, I move on the outside. I believe in myself, which also too, sometimes when guys start believing themselves, they still move like they used to when they were, because it's a habit. You'll still move in a nervous way, even though you believe in yourself sometimes. You'll have I still speak fast, but I added pauses and that helped out. That fixed the problem of speaking fast. But the reason I speak fast is because I used to try to fill the space, because I thought that if I added pauses, nobody would want to wait to hear what I had to say, so I'd rush it through really fast, thinking that my words were not valuable. So that's the way that works. Hey, noise, man. All right. I gotta get bouncing here pretty soon. I was supposed to take a nap before going out, so I'm gonna stop this video before this becomes too long. Anyways, guys, cool talking to you guys. With that being said, peace.